until we had presented it to the board and they gave us formal board approval. And I will also tell you that the only reason we did that is because when we spoke to residents in the city of Union City, they said, we are open to what you'd like to do, but we want to make sure that there are strict limits in terms of height, in terms of density. There's a specific prohibition to any big box retail. We don't want a sound wall on Mission Boulevard, so we use vines. So it's simply 20 years ago when this was passed, and today are different days. And people want to see something and want to see amenity and community benefits on an unused 63 acres of flat land.
Okay. All right. I'm not really sure who this question is submitted for, but we've had a couple of them, so I will bring it up. And I'll start with Mr. Dutra. Why was the seismic study for the flatlands not provided to the city? Is this one you can answer?
Well, Mr. Garfinkel makes a very, very good point. This is not a project, by the way. This is a measure that provides for very limited development, that provides a series, and I'll speak a lot about that tonight, especially in my closing statement, amenities that the residents of the city of Union City want. This is not a project proposal. This will have to go, if at some point in the future, the Masons are going to move forward with some plan. They're doing a master plan right now that calls for the things that you are seeing. But even then, they will have to go through a formal CEQA review, California Environmental Quality Act review, which will incorporate an in-depth and comprehensive study of all potential impacts, including geotech. We've already done a geotech. And I think what you'll hear tonight is, oh my gosh, we're going to put these seniors at harm's way. How could we say that? The Masons have 400 seniors in their building up on the hill who they've cared for literally decades. There's nothing that they would do to put those seniors at risk. This is flat land. If we were to proceed, and I respect Bob a lot in his position as opposing our measure, but he's not a geotech analyst. He simply is not. And listen, if at the end of the day we are wrong, you will find out at the city council, because we will not be able, the Masons will not be able to build a thing. So we're very open to walking down that path. We simply want to have the opportunity. Right now, the Masons have no opportunity other than the dry land that you see every day as you drive down Mission Boulevard.
Thank you. Mr. Garfield.
Though I'm not a geotech engineer, on August 24th at 3:20 in the morning, I got the privilege of riding out a 6.0 earthquake while incapacitated on my bed at the Kaiser rehab facility out there in Vallejo. I got lifted off my bed. My neighbor, roommate, whose memory was shot by his stroke, I had a stroke also, but my memory is not damaged at all, thank God. Art was up out of his bed and yelling and screaming, and he was in full panic mode. It took the nurses several minutes to get him calmed down and back in his bed. The next morning, he couldn't even remember we had an earthquake. This is the kind of people that Dominic and the Masons want to bring into Union City and house right on top of the fault. I was miles away and I got shaken up.